Tough for him last year. Did you see any signs of frustration from Isaiah when he was going through all that with just not being able to play?
Well, as a coach, if you don't see that, then you're not a good coach. I mean, my players are like my kids, so I knew he was having a little rough time, but we were playing a lot of tight ends, and it was a more big tight end offense. And then I just told him, say, hey, midway through the season, I was trying to work him in there, but when things wasn't going the way it was, and I started hearing other things, I said, just be patient. There's going to be maybe a change or something like that. When he was hearing about it, because he would ask me, because I knew one of the schools down the way was probably in his ear or something like that.
Probably.
And I just told him, I said, look, you got to trust the process. You're a good player, and when Liam came back, it was immediately a go. And he still had to do what he needed to do. And in the spring, the best thing that happened for Isaiah was when Caddis, Bates, and Dingo were out. That's the best thing that happened to Isaiah, because he got to show a lot of other things. So right now, if I was going off of production points, he's like the number one guy right now. He's really doing a really good job.
How did you see him change just as soon as they found out that Liam was back? Did you notice it throughout the offseason, a different work ethic?
What you think? Under Liam, he had a lot of success. But and Zay will be the first to tell you, he still had to do what he needed to do in my room, and he knew that he needed to become a better blocker. And like I said, in the spring, he showed that, and I was telling CJ at the time, like, this is going to be very interesting when them guys get back, because this kid is very explosive. He was like 230, 32, and he was catching the ball well, but he was good at the point of attack, better than some of them other guys. And now, we in fall camp right now, and he's pretty good. He's doing a really good job. He's blocking well. He's very explosive in his route running, and he's catching the ball very good. So, Zay's going to be in that mix big time. He gained some. He got up to like 230 something, and now he's down to about 220, in that 220 to 225 range. I mean, he's, like I said, dude. When I recruited Isaiah out of high school, and you being from Louisville, you knew the talent was there. He's a big guy that was playing wide receiver. We was going to try him at wide receiver, but I knew he can play tight end and be that F tight end. But, in this offense now, he can be another receiver lined up as 12 personnel or 13 personnel with 3 tight ends. So he's showing what he can do, and, I'm very happy for him. I'm more happy for him more than anybody, because he stayed in there. It made him more hungry, and now he's starting to see the fruits of his labor so far in camp.
We saw Caddis busting heads on Saturday. Is he kind of what you were looking at when you had no soft stuff in your room?
I think if you ever came in my room, there's something that's been in there probably since the last 6 years. Right when you walk in there, there's a little message, and you read between the lines what that is. And hey, no, you can't be that way. But Caddis is he's the last person I worry about being physical. He's the last person. He's a gritty guy. And, I think we get lost in the shuffle that he's nasty, but he's also a good football player. He understands route running. He understands concepts. He knows how to get open. Y'all probably heard several years we say we got good tight ends. There's a good tight end room, and we did. But this is the best room I had since I've been here 11 years, top to bottom. There's serious competition in there. And you cannot take a day off from practice, because you got a freshman that's pretty good. You got Zay. And to be honest, Brendan Bates had a big day today. So, it's good when you can look at your script and just put anyone in there.
Yeah, Bates talked with us yesterday about wanting to lose a bunch.
How happy are you this fall camp right now? It's got to feel pretty good to be back.
It's definitely exciting to just have Liam back, and how the offense is flowing through from similarities from 2021. Just getting that familiarity out of it again. But yeah, this is really exciting.
How frustrating was it at points last year when you weren't getting playing time, weren't seeing the field, after you'd had so much success the year before?
I'll say it was definitely difficult. Me, I like to contribute for my team no matter what it is, me blocking or catching the passes, just being out there to help my team, help win games and stuff like that. So it was hard, but I just had to make sure I kept praying, because I'm a big believer in God, and just make sure everything things happen for a reason. You never know what could happen, as you can see.
Did you ever have a rock bottom where you thought, I don't know if it's going to work out in here anymore?
Definitely, because you get to that point you're not even like getting on the field anymore like you used to be able to, like just a little simple like wrap around blocks like that felt like it was just taken away, and like it definitely like deteriorates your like confidence and stuff like that. So like it's just like a process to gain it back, and like seeing like people got to believe in you and stuff like that, because people start losing that belief too as well because you're not on the field.
So, what happened when you found out Liam was coming back? What was going through your mind?
Definitely, it made me realize that like tight ends are definitely going to make an impact because he loves tight ends. He's going to use us in different ways, especially me, like how I can be versatile. He's going to use me out as a wide out. He's going to use me out as a slot, as a tight end. So like it definitely brought a lot of energy inside of me, and like I couldn't hold it back. So like I'm really happy he's back.
We saw you, splitting out, wind up down inside. Even though this offense was around 2 years ago, are you still being asked to do a lot more this summer?
Oh yeah, definitely. He still had me doing those type of big blocks. You remember from like South Carolina when we was at for the sandstorm and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, he's still doing those wrap blocks, all that stuff. So it's gonna be definitely similar things that happened from 2021 with me, and he's gonna be a lot more. He's gonna expand it.
Do you have, for lack of a better term, you got more juice going in this fall camp?
Oh yeah, because from last year, I just showed me like I can't take anything for granted at all because you never know what's gonna happen. So I'm definitely like a lot of the determined today, like for every year. It just made me like realize like the bigger picture. Like you just can't take anything for granted because you never know what could happen. Someone gets hurt, and you gotta take that opportunity.
How much fun is this offense where you can be a tight end and you can be split out receiver, or Demi, he's a running back, but he's split out at receiver. How difficult do you think you all can make life for defenses this fall?
I guess you could just say it's the best for both worlds. Like you can just do your receiver like you used to be, and like you can be a tight end too that can create mismatch problems. So like it's fun to just have like be able to know the whole playbook and like different positions, and like, oh, I know what this route's gonna do, and I know what the backside route's gonna do. So I mean, like it's just nice to know like the whole playbook and like what the whole route tree is.
Saturday. So you mixing it up a little bit. Yes, sir. Is that every day? Is that just a day at ends and what?
It's a good day. Every day's a day to go out there and get better and compete. And, we had the fans out, but that doesn't change anything. We're just going out there trying to get better every day.
So when you're going back and forth with some of the ones on the defense, is there anybody in particular that you like to, maybe give them a little extra something?
No, there's a little joke that JJ and I like to compete real hard out there, but it's all just to get each other better, get each other, ready for the games on Saturdays. But when we go back in the locker room, it's all loved. That's really all it is. It's physical. It's football. So.
Well, we saw some of the chirping back and forth. JJ, he made everybody know when he got a win. But you got your fair share. The tight ends did in particular. So how much fun has this room been so far? Because it feels like there's no drop-off no matter who's in the game.
Oh, it's a blast. I really believe the tight ends are going to have a huge impact this year. We got a lot of good guys, and we're all competing out there, and that's the best because when you're competing, you're driving the best out of each other, and you can't have off days. So we're all just trying to get better. We got a great coach, and I'm excited for us to make a big impact this year.
You saw kind of Isaiah at his lowest, and now he's out here making catches left and right, lining up at a lot of different spots. How are his teammates responding to seeing him have some more success?
Oh man, we're all happy for him, man. We know it was, a little different last year, but we're excited to see him go out there and make some big plays, and we all know what he can do. He's really talented in not only receiving, but he can block as well. And I'm really excited to see that this season.
How much does it benefit the whole room that, like, all right, we can roll out 12 personnel, but like we can do it with pretty much anybody that's on our depth chart right now?
Yeah, I mean that's a really dangerous thing, I think, because we got a lot of weapons, and we got a lot of good receivers, a lot of good running backs, a lot of good tight ends. We can have Bates and someone else in, or Isaiah in, and we can roll through that, and it takes a lot of blows off your body during the game. And it's exciting because I think the tight ends are again going to have a really big role.
So no soft stuff. I guess that's a nice way to put it. So what gets the tight end room louder on film? Is it a big catch or is it a big block?
Oh, it's definitely a big block, but we like to do both. But definitely the thing we really do focus on when we get in that room is our technique and our blocks and stuff, because we got to protect our quarterback. We got to get our running back going. This is the SEC. We like to run the ball, and that's a big thing. But But obviously, when we make a big pass catch out there, it's just as exciting as well. So.
Liam said that Devin, it doesn't matter if you're the fourth option or the fifth option, he might hit you. So I know tight ends aren't always the first option. Do you have to not change the way you think, but approach each play differently, even if you aren't going to be the focus of that pass play?
Well, yeah, but even if you're not supposed to get the pass that play, your route also could be setting someone else up. So you got to make sure every time you go out there on a pass that your attention to detail is really specific, because if you're not, it could mess someone else up. But you also never know when you're gonna get the ball. He could scramble, he work out, just when you least expect it, he could be throwing you the ball, because he's a gunslinger. He can throw the ball, and that's what he's really good at. So.